Bunch time. It's that power hour. Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night. Today is a blessing and a gift from God, and may you be blessed with joy in your heart, peace in your soul, happiness in your home, and a little cup of coffee and a whole lot of Jesus. I don't care how much you got. You still need a little more Jesus. Y'all, it's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I am proudly posted with almost all of the brunch bunch right here in the studio. What's up, my main man right here with me?
It's Adam filling in for Marcel Action Jackson.
And of course, I got a treat today. Latricia May is in the building.
Hello, everyone.
Listen, y'all, today is Wednesday. It's hump day. That means you got 2 more days to
Almost
Friday,
there.
but savor it.
Yeah.
Savor it like a good drink. Like literally, just sip it. Don't gulp it. Just savor it. Someone got my mind right because you remember I used to say Friday is my favorite. Friday is my favorite day of the week, and they were like, you know what? You're rushing your life. And that's
Wow.
true.
Yeah.
We got so many resources for you today. Of course, today is
Mhm.
Safety Wednesday,
Yep.
and we got Stacey Chauncey coming in, giving you all your safety. He always brings the noise too. Just
Always.
yeah, I love it. Y'all don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390. And Action Jackson. From the Brunch Bunch. Now, your home is not just a place. It's a lifetime of memories crafted, earned, and cherished.
Yeah, he
At
just
Secure
said
Home
that.
and Automation, they understand what it means to be trusted with your home. They understand what it means to be trusted with your home. They understand what it means to be trusted with your home. They understand what it means to be trusted with your home. Secure Home and Automation. They understand what it means to be trusted with your home. They understand what it means to be trusted with your home. Secure Home and Automation. They understand what it means to be trusted with your home. host a hearing on the 2024 draft action plan, which includes estimated funding in the amount of $162,861,700 from the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, that's HUD, to provide resources to low and moderate income people and communities across the Chicagoland area. All proposed activities budgets will be proportionately increased or decreased from the estimated funding levels to match actual allocation amounts. Well, the public hearing will also include the review of the final 2023 action plan in the amount of $115,040,419. And the hearing will inform residents of eligible and priority funding categories and allow the public to provide input on the recommended uses of the funds. Now, if your voice is not in there and they decide to use it in a way that your communities do not need it, it's your fault because you didn't show up.
Same
So that's
thing like voting.
that's right. It's Thursday, November the 9th, 2023, the Chicago Cultural Center. That's the 5th floor, Millennium Park Room, 78 East Washington Street, Chicago, Illinois. Of course, we're going to have this on our Brunch Bunch
Not we're
page.
going to have it. It's on our brunch.
It's on
page.
that now.
Already on there.
Adam, you better come on. You better come on. So registration will begin at 5:30 p.m. The public hearing will begin at 6 o'clock. Don't be late because that's another way of excluding your voice. You want to make sure you're there 15 minutes early in case there's any kind of situation. If you have to Uber, great. If you have to take public transportation, great. If you have to ask
whatever you got to do,
just get there. Yes, because this block grant allocations, if you don't tell them what you want, and see, all of that is on public record once you're in there, you're testifying or whatever. But you definitely want to deal with and have your voice on record, right?
So she's giving you the knowledge about the grant.
Giving you the game.
Knowledge is power.
There you go.
What's even better is applied knowledge.
There you go. Come on, you better come on, Latricia.
So you just can't hear it and then not do anything. You have to apply it.
And this really kind of it directly affects what you and Shirley do because it's the community block grant and it's the program income, the prior year resources, home investments partnership grants.
Right.
You know what that means? Grants. You don't got to pay that money back. Right. Emergency solution grants, housing opportunities for persons in AIDS or HOPWA. So we're talking about $11 million, $21 million. Right. These are all grant monies that you have the power to allocate where you need it and want it.
Exactly, and apply.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great information. That's powerful information. This is information that could help you grow. Find out how this could benefit you.
Yes.
But it won't benefit you unless you go there.
Now, you better say that one more time.
It won't benefit you unless you get there.
That's right. I tell the people about the lottery all the time. Well, one thing for sure, if you don't play, you won't win.
Right. And so, all you got to do is get there and you're playing.
That's right. You in the game.
You in the game.
You in the game.
Well, we said that before. Get in the game.
That's right. Because you know what? If you're in the game, you can win.
Right. That's the only way you can win.
But I got something really devastating to tell you. You ready for this?
I don't know. What is it?
We switching lanes.
Oh.
But this is a travesty. So the former Minneapolis officer who brutally beat a black man during the George Floyd protest gets sentenced, right? Now, that's not so bad.
Guess what, though?
He got 15 days in jail. So we all remember the unrest that came after the unjust death of George Floyd, and rightly so. But I think it caused the Minneapolis Police Department to fall under the radar. And so outside of the trial involving the 4 officers responsible for Floyd's death, there have been a plethora of other cases where local Minneapolis police officers have been accused of terrible acts, most notably excess of force. And so, for example, during the peak of the Floyd protest, Officer Justin Stetson, and I want to enunciate that so clearly so you get it right, Officer Justin Stetson and other officers were enforcing a curfew during a May 2020 night when they spotted a group of people in the parking lot. Well, the officers then started firing rubber bullets at the group without identifying who they were, according to the Associated Press. Well, Jaleel Stallings, who is black, was one of the people in the group and was hit in the chest with one of the rubber bullets. Assuming civilians attacked him, he fired 3 shots at the officer's unmarked vehicle in self-defense. But when he realized they were police, Stallings immediately dropped his firearms and laid on the ground.
And he laid there for like 30 seconds too. He was all done. He was done.
He knew what he had done.
Exactly.
Still, I mean, if you firing at me,
No, I'm
Right.
firing
if you
back.
got a badge on,
Concealed carry.
dude, I don't care if it's concealed carry. If I'm carrying,
And he got 15 days. He got a vacation.
he got a vacation. Okay, 3 hots and a cot for 15 days.
15 days.
Well, in response, Officer Stetson began to punch and kick him in the head and the face and slammed his head into the pavement, even though Stallings obeyed all of the officer's commands, including putting his hands behind his back, as Adam so reported. Well, Stetson only stopped after his sergeant told him to stop. Like he was in a zone. So due to the incident, Stallings suffered a fractured eye socket. Imagine your eye popping out of your socket. Stetson admitted in court in May that he went way too far in his treatment and pleaded guilty to the assault of Stallings. But you do know that was a deal, right? So you do you think that he's going to serve any real prison time?
Is this the one that just got sentenced to 15 days?
Yeah, no, I don't think he's.
Well, no, it sounds like they already sentenced him.
But I mean, when you go, even 15 days, you could do hard time, right?
Well, he needs to do hard time.
It's not going to happen, Patricia. So after accepting a plea deal, and now ex-Minneapolis police officer was sentenced to only 15 days in the county workhouse on Monday. So he got to sweep some floors, scrub some toilets. Service. His plea deal includes 2 years probation, a complication of anger management course, a payment of $3,000 in fines, and is refrained from ever applying for another law enforcement job for the rest of his life. So you know what he getting ready to do, right? AI finna get him a new face.
Right.
He about to go get that young surgery. He gonna go to not Minneapolis, but somewhere in like Virginia somewhere, or Mississippi, not Mississippi, Mississippi, and become a new officer with a swerve over like Trump. And then it's gonna be all over.
Okay, so who had lost the eye?
The victim
got kicked in the face.
Right. Yeah. So who needs to get the surgery?
The police officer.
No,
so he can the police officer, I'm saying, will get a new surgery. He can so he can get a new job in law enforcement. I want y'all to keep up with the conversation.
Okay. I'm like, okay, why is he getting the new face? Okay.
Because he got to get a job.
Oh, okay.
And you know what? Usually, not always. Sometimes you have police officers that have other talents, right? But a lot of times that's their family business, being police officers.
Yes.
And so they're dedicated to serving in law enforcement. And until the camera came out, it was kind of like carte blanche. You're the law on the street, so whatever you said goes.
Right. And what bothers me is just the fact that they feel so free to just start shooting rubber bullets at a group of kids or teenagers, right? Too. You know, that
identify yourself.
That look like us. Why do you so feel free to harm a group of us?
When Rittenhausen walked right in front of police with assault rifles, and they kept going. I'm talking about 3 police passed him up. He had assault rifles. Right. And he didn't really get any time either.
We always look so scary when we're in groups. You know what I mean? But someone else can be by themselves, like you said, with assault rifles, and they just drive right past.
Man, I was listening to an interview. I was watching the video, but then his lawyer actually hopped on the interview. And like I said, it was an unmarked car, and he was the attorney for the man who got, beat up. And he was saying the reason I shot back at him was because it was an unmarked car, and I just assumed because that night the governor was saying that there's a lot of maybe people out there like Nazis and people that sort of
Proud Boys.
Yeah, the Proud Boys.
He was protecting himself.
Exactly. And the mayor, the governor said that night, like, be on watch for these people. So he thought it was one of those because it was a white big van that pulled up full of people and armed, stuff shooting at him. Of course, I'm going to protect myself too.
Correct.
Exactly.
Didn't I say? Dude.
Dude.
Let me tell you. I'm telling you now, if you come for me, first of all, I come in peace always.
Right.
But if you come for me
and you ain't sent for him,
I ain't sent for you. I'm sending you back better than you can with a brand new attitude. I tell you who else can give you a brand new attitude. That's my man, Jesus.
Amen.
All you got to do is call his name. Let's do this, Richie 1390 believers. Let's go.
Y'all on it. Y'all on it. Hey.
What Tamala man got that big boat with that butterfly in her head for? That's hilarious. What's up, Facebook? How are you guys? It's Winning Wednesday. Yay!
Bam.
Throw up them W's.
Bam.
And all of you off from the west side, throw them up too.
Good to see you, beautiful.
Marcel, I want you all to keep him and Valencia in prayer today.
That's cool.
Actually, every day, but definitely today. He was not anticipating not coming today, but something happened. So keep them lifted. We in the house with Stacey Chauncey, your resident security expert. Talking points today are going to be veterans who are receiving mortgage loans. So if you browse on music, if you know some veterans that need to hear this, you need to get them on Facebook or tune into 1390. We want veterans to call in today. We definitely have some resources for you, and we want you to connect with them so you can be throwing up your W's.
Absolutely.
This sounds like a stepping gospel song.
I was just thinking the same thing. Wow. Who is that?
That is Trinity. 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 Gold leaf, broad denim. You know that we do it grimy.
Hey.
What Mr. Brown got on every time he come on TV?
That's the whole point.
I know.
And he is
to have us talking about him.
He's so not like that. He like swagged out in real life.
He's swagged out. Yeah.
I would say let's just go right into it. This is 12:27.
Okay.
So we're going
How did we get to 12:27 already?
I know.
Because we started talking about them 15 days.
That's a shame.
Outstanding.
Uncle Charlie.
Your health is indeed your wealth, but your mental health is your true fortune. Soulful Chicago is a mental health book lounge, a place of peace that assists you in finding your center. Not feeling therapist? No problem. Afraid to take mental medication? No problem. We have an array of holistic alternative
House of
methods to
family.
your mental work for and not.
They definitely know her.
Call Soulful Chicago 312-291-9878.
Are you coming to the Halloween ball?
I am.
Did you get your ticket?
I did not.
Make sure you get it under Tamara Fair. I'm almost at my goal too.
Right.
If 3 of you all, Shirley, Latricia, and you get it, I'll be.
You'll be there?
At my goal.
I got you, sis.
Did you send me the link? Is it a link to that?
Honey, hold on.
Funny you might ask. Bam.
Don't play with me.
Is it at the same place last year?
Nope, it's totally different.
Bigger?
Hey there, Chicago.
We
Are
got
you
like
looking
2
to buy
more.
the home of your dreams or sell your property?
Send Shirley the link for the Halloween for me.
LNS Development. With our expert real estate and mortgage loan services, we turn your property dreams into reality. Don't let financial hurdles stand in your way. Our seasoned team is here to guide
You all sound so good.
So whether
I
you're
love
buying, selling,
I don't know
or
your
refinancing,
exact link
make
though.
your next move with
No,
confidence.
usually once they link it on, then they'll see my exact link because they'll see my picture.
0906.
It's
09
just give butter one, right? Okay.
0906.
0906. LNS Development, where your property journey begins and success awaits.
Hey guys, it's Tamara Fair
And Action Jackson.
from the Brunch Bunch. Now, your home is not just a place. It's a lifetime of memories, hard-earned and cherished. And Secure Home and Automation, they
And I sent
understand
it
what
to
it means to
Stacey
protect
already.
these memories. As
Okay.
a bricks off the
I sent you the link
they
already.
stand guard
Send it to
over
him
a
again
million homes and
so it can be
businesses,
right there in his frontal lobe.
365
Right at the
days a
top.
year.
And you know what? The response center is ever vigilant, providing top-notch monitoring for burglary, fire, carbon monoxide, and medical emergencies. They will fulfill and even exceed all industry standards. With Secure Home and Automation, they have the power to customize your security solution. Round-the-clock peace of mind sounds good to me. Isn't that priceless? So let Secure Home and Automation be a part of your story, a part of your legacy. They're safeguarding your home and
I love her
preserving
hair
your
like
peace.
that.
So go
She's so
ahead,
little
call
now, Tamara man.
I've seen it.
She's so little. She looks
That's
great.
866-447-3344.
What's up with him with that big
Call
acorn on the
today
top
and
of his
make a
head?
wise choice to secure your tomorrow. Secure Home and Automation.
I love
You heard the
TV.
name.
I
Now
promise you I
experience the
do.
promise of ultimate
Remember we
safety
said
Yeah, you said remote control.
my remote control is my favorite thing.
447.
If it don't have batteries and I don't have any batteries in the stores or clothes, I'm gonna check in a hotel.
Before you had the remote, how would you turn the TV?
I get up and go do it. But now that I got a remote, I think I'm in heaven. You're hanging out with the Brunch Bunch right here on this Winning Wednesday. And you know it's always our aim to send you back better than you came. Today is the day. You going back way better than you came today. And you know we got two powerhouses in the studio to make that happen. Stacey Chauncey, welcome to Wednesday.
Good afternoon. Winning Wednesday, Winning Wednesday.
Yes.
I love it. Winning
Always
Wednesday.
a pleasure to be here with you.
Yeah, I think so. No. Vice versa.
I'm glad you feel that way.
Right back at you. So, Stacey, what goodies do you have? I know that the talking points we've already talked about, veterans who are receiving mortgages, is going to be our focal point today. But exactly how do we benefit in the safety realm? Or how do veterans benefit in this? I wish I was a veteran, because when I tell you something, listening to you and Shirley talk about what veterans get, a lot of veterans don't really realize what an empowered position they're in, and they don't realize their benefits until someone like the Brunch Bunch
You
brings
would be
it to them.
surprised. I have spoken with so many veterans that are not aware of all the benefits that they receive.
Correct.
Outside of getting a mortgage.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, some of the benefits is no private mortgage insurance, which is called PMI.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge, because that will save a veteran, depending on how much their loan amount is, between $200 and $300 or even more dollars per month on
That's
their mortgage.
huge.
Not only that, you get to qualify up to 100% financing.
That's unheard of.
Yes, and not even that, just that. Depending on if the automated underwriting systems approve you, there's no debt to income ratio cap. Yeah,
Really?
So it depends on whatever your residual income is. So there are so many veterans.
Do you think I could just go into the
Preach.
reserve and still get those? No, I'm serious. Y'all laughing. I'm so serious.
You know what?
I want to go into the
Listen,
reserve, and I want to be an
I
airline.
promise you, I've said the same thing. I wish my parents pressured me to listen, go to the service. You know, and I wanted to touch on what makes someone a veteran, a VA, well, qualify for a loan. So it's 90 consecutive days of active service during wartime.
That will be me. Keep going.
Okay. And then
I'm in a war. Right here in these streets.
Keep
But
going.
unfortunately, that doesn't cut it. It's 181 days of active service during peacetime.
That would be me. Keep going.
Okay. So 6 years of service in the National Guards or the reserves, 6 years. Or if you are a spouse of a service member who has died in the line of duty, or due to a service-related disability.
Wow.
So a spouse can also qualify. So we got Veterans Day coming up. I just want, parents out there, if you have kids, teenagers, living in Chicago, as Tammy said, you feel like sometimes you're fighting a war.
What?
So, it may be good to, go ahead and tell them about the Navy, the Army, all of these different opportunities, because it's a ton of benefits.
And you're absolutely correct. And I'm a veteran right now, and I'm purchasing my second home on my first VA loan.
You're not aware of that as well. You can use your VA more than once.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
you can double dip.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Double dipping with that VA. Yes.
So single ladies and you single men, put that on your criteria list.
Right, yes, that is something to think about.
And you know what's really unfortunate? The reason I wanted you on the show today is because we just don't know. We know information is power. And my father may very well be listening, but I've even tried to encourage my father, if you're not going to use it, allow someone in the family to utilize it.
Oh,
right?
So you can pass it.
Not necessarily pass it down,
right?
But I'm talking about
they can go on along with you.
Yes,
they can go on along. But you know what?
No, that's true. My brother did that.
You're supposed to be married in order to use the VA.
My brother did that.
Really?
My brother did that with his father had he was a veteran before he passed, rest his soul. And my brother, who's in real estate, used his VA to get the loans and get that 3%, no percent. Yep.
He has to be on the
And that's what's really dope, because I would hate for an individual to have that type of benefit and let it go to the grave with them.
I don't even understand why he wouldn't want to use it.
Well, Pops is doing his thing. I respect what he's doing. So if you listen, Pops, but at the end of the day,
if you're listening, Pops, listen. Listen.
So is Pops renting, or he just didn't use it?
No, Pops just purchased the home cash.
Pops.
So anyway,
we gotta pop up on Pops.
You're supposed to keep that money and let the money work for you.
Hey.
Something else.
It's sometimes that old school.
I know sometimes they just, I don't want a mortgage, I don't want a loan, but sometimes you can just build on top of that of owning. But I'm glad he purchased something.
Absolutely. And again, I wanted you here to express to the individual how important it is if you have access to it, because a lot of people don't have it. And having that honorable discharge and having some of the other things in play allows you to get something from the government, because they got a lot out of us.
Yes, and I remember recently, Greg and I was going out of the country, and we were on the bus, and he said, you just talk to everybody. So it was someone, he had a dog, so I knew he was disabled, and he had a little tag on him to let me know he was a veteran. He had no idea that, I knew he was 100% disabled. So if you are at least 70% disabled and you receive disability from the VA, you don't have to pay any real estate taxes.
Bam.
100%. That's you, Chauncey.
That's me, baby.
I know that's right.
So your stock just went up, ladies.
Right. So I mean, they don't even know.
They don't even know.
And it's just a lot of education. Again, applied knowledge is power.
But part of the reason I'm speaking from a veteran's perspective is that we don't even apply for the benefits because we feel like we're doing it, we're cheating, or we're expressing what happened to us. But what people don't realize, you could be out of service 5, 10, 15 years, and things start to ail you that didn't bother you 10, 15 years prior, that you could be getting benefits from, that affected, that really started from the military.
Yes.
And when your Agent Orange start acting up.
Yes. So you can right now be at 20%.
Yes.
And then as life continues, as Chauncey was just saying, then you can get 30%, 40%, 60%, boom, 70%. You go ahead and apply for that tax exempt, and you no longer have to pay your property taxes.
Booyah.
So now, how does that fit into the paradigm of security, the benefit for being a veteran?
Well, when you're just talking about fitting into it, when you get the loan, you got to protect the home. So
I like that, Reverend Jackson.
And you always want to protect your assets.
Absolutely.
So property is a part of your assets. So you definitely want to have some type of security. And as Tammy said earlier, wartime, you definitely want to feel safe at home. You never know, like in the streets of Chicago or wherever you purchase your home. It's just a wonderful feeling to know, hey, did you turn the alarm on?
That's your sanctuary.
Right.
That's your sanctuary.
Yeah. I'm so excited. I just got to give a testimony, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So one of my sensors went out on my, I don't know if it went out, it just started acting a fool, right?
The other day, right?
Yeah, it was just doing its thing, it had a lot of energy. So I called Chauncey, I said, Stacey, listen, something going on. He said, okay. They didn't even have to come out. They did something from
they
some
could just
remote
do it
place.
From wherever they, wherever they sitting at.
Right.
Okay, it's fixed. Check it out.
Right, we're able to tap into your master control panel and look at the sensors and see what's going on, send a signal to the sensor, and sometimes you can just allow it to self-correct with some of that type of stuff. So technology is great.
And my daughter was very unnerved because of it. She was like, well, I just don't feel comfortable, because down on the lower level, there's the Traverse store. And so me, I'm a gangster. So
this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Trust me. Her little cute, beautiful self, baby, don't mess with her.
I'm like, if you come up in here, and she is too, but people on the sneak attack, and you coming from, you can't hardly hear in certain parts of your house, so you just don't know. But it does give you that extra layer of comfort to know that your property is secure. And like, say you got shatter sensors, and so if someone breaks your glass, and it doesn't have to be someone, it could just be the wind,
right?
Because we've been immediate alerted.
And we pride ourselves, and after the fact is where you really see what your security company is. When you start having a challenge, do they respond?
Yes.
And that's very important. But I have a question for you, if I may. So what documents or paperwork does a potential veteran need when they come see you?
They would need their certificate of eligibility and a DDT 14 form. But sometimes our system will automatically pull that. Once we get your information in with the application and your social security number, and we say, okay, I always ask the questions: Are you a veteran? What branch did you serve? Our systems can automatically pull that information.
Okay. Let me ask both of you all something. Depending on your branch, does that tier your benefits? Like if you were in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force?
No.
So you heard that, y'all.
Yeah, your benefits are still
long as he a veteran.
Right. So if you want to if you sometimes a lot of people, if they're scared to get in the Navy or Army, or they, National Guards, a lot of people just do that instead. But again, if you want to take advantage of these benefits, it's all about, I don't want to say it, getting in the game.
Yeah, you got to get in the game. You can't be on the bench. You got to get in the game.
Right. But
don't dig your potatoes.
But it's some great benefits. When I say, and what's so funny when you start mentioning you wish you had done it, or how can I get in?
No, I'm going to do that tomorrow. You play too much. Doing that tomorrow.
I was just saying this, man. Is it too late?
It's definitely not.
So, quick question: how will my credit score and financial history impact my ability to qualify for the veteran loan?
And that's another thing, because a VA loan is guaranteed by the federal government. Your scores can actually qualify lower, and you get more benefits.
Do you have a number for that lower?
I would say 580.
Shut the front door and give me the key to it.
580 score. Yeah, you know what's so crazy? My last 2 loans I just closed this month were VA loans.
Right.
VA loans. Somebody purchased a 4-unit building. It was a couple. And when I say I am just so proud of them, they just increased their family's income by thousands.
And now you start talking about legacy living as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you got a legacy living, you better protect it.
You better protect it.
I'm talking about literally. And you know what? One of the most resonating pieces of information that I have gotten from these Wednesday security sessions with Chauncey is that gap between close and the time that you actually take occupancy.
Yes.
And that's where you're the most vulnerable. And that's when you should, before you close, literally that day, you should have your security system put in place.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
It is no better feeling than well, there are better feelings, but I love the fact that
there's some good,
right?
this is good, some good ones.
Right, good ones. Yeah, I love that, good ones. But just the fact that I can walk in and feel comfortable or feel safe going into my home because it's secured.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so important for individuals to do that in the beginning of the process, to start figuring that out. So who you're going to utilize? Hopefully it's me. Right. But the day you close, we're able to put that system in that same day or next day before you start moving your valuables into your property.
But understand that your property is valuable in and of itself without you moving anything, any of your furniture. You got toilets, you got utilities, home appliances. You've got lots of things that are already valuable that need protecting.
Most importantly, you.
Right. Exactly.
Right. Because you don't want to be traumatized after a situation.
I'm so glad you said that, because usually in yesteryear, before you got to your house, you did not have any notification of anything going awry. So you walked into a situation where your window was broke, you didn't know about it, and literally you didn't have time to prepare. Whereas now technology, and particularly
can let you know if something is going on.
Exactly.
And we're having a little fun with this. How many times before we really start utilizing security that you left the home in a rush in the morning, you come back and the light is on, you'd be like, you don't even want to go in the house because
you're like, did I do this?
I didn't leave that light on. Right. You freaking out. You call somebody over the end of the home with you, or whatever the case may be. You don't have to worry about that now.
No, because they will alert you if someone
absolutely. So it's very important.
So something as minute as turning a light on and off, you can get alerted. Now that doesn't sound real big until it happens to you and you're driving home from a long day of work.
Correct.
You want to go into your sanctuary, you want to feel at ease.
Yes.
Right. Sometimes we're reactive and we think about security after something happens, but that's something that can add different traumas to you. So it's best to be proactive.
So we can eliminate triggers.
Right.
You know what, Stacey and Latricia, I want to thank you. Just like the segment ain't over, but I definitely want to thank you because you all really do bring some great resources. You know who else I want to thank? I want to thank Jesus. Come on, Kamisha Gardner. Let's give some thanks to Jesus. If you in your house, if you in your car, honk your horn. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Every day.
Amen.
I got you. You see, I put it on top.
Oh, y'all jamming up in here, boy. Y'all jamming up in here.
This is one of our guests.
Yeah.
And she got a catalog out of this world.
Really?
Yes,
Who's
honey.
this?
Kamisha. She is incredible.
My best friend is Shazam. Okay.
Shazam, really? Oh,
Kamisha Gardner.
That's what my sister told me about them. I think she's under Misha though.
Yeah, she is under
Oh yeah, she is under Misha.
But it's not popping up on my Shazam.
Probably because she's super independent.
She's super new.
No.
She's on Apple though.
Yeah.
Just like that.
So your Shazam, you need a VA loan.
Oh, just popped up.
Oh, okay.
Who y'all?
Yep, that's her.
That's it.
I gotta tell her she's on Shazam.
Yeah.
She probably don't even know.
She got
the sweetest.
She got 25 Shazam so far.
That's awesome.
Shazam.
She is. Oh, she said Shazamming. That was a tongue twister. But I don't know if you all remember this show where we had the African designer. She had purses, beautiful purses, and she's from Kenya.
Oh wow.
And Kamisha is her boots on the ground in the States, right? Mm-hmm. So Kamisha came and we started talking, and she was like, to me, the sweetest spirit you ever want to meet. In Chicago. In Chicago. And she was like, this is how she said it. I'm a gospel artist. You know, me and you would have been like, look, baby, here go my MP3. You want to start playing this? But she was like, I'm a gospel artist. I was like, really? Let me hear some of your stuff. Her? That's her. But that's just one of her. Wow. She got a catalog that's out of this world.
Oh, wow. That is wonderful.
But
it sounds so good.
It's great. She at the time when we first started talking, they weren't mixed and mastered. Yeah. Quickly, she got them mixed and mastered. So we started playing her, and now she's soaring.
Who she signed? She signed with someone else?
Nope, she's independent.
Wow, good for her.
She signed with God.
No man.
Oh, that's the wonderful thing.
The best producer, director, manager.
You can always get your residuals.
I know.
Exactly. And you don't even need a VA loan.
Right.
Hey.
A minute left in the song.
I want all those rings on there.
Hey. I have a question to ask you.
Okay.
But in our community, the African American veterans I run into do not take advantage of the veteran services that they've earned.
They don't know.
That's a great point. They've earned it.
No, they don't know, but they're afraid to because they don't know where to start sometimes.
But as somebody who's a veteran, do you think it's because like branches like don't really inform them on purpose?
Absolutely.
Yeah, on purpose. Like when you were in the service, how much did they tell you about?
They don't tell you a lot.
I just recently, over the last 2 years.
Like when you were active, did they tell at all? Wow.
Y'all, thanks for keeping the luck right here on Inspiration 1390. We having a good time. You're rocking with your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I'm posted in the studio with your main man.
It's Adam posting in from.
Stop trying to multitask. Right, you got that from Marcel. Y'all, you know what's coming up this weekend on this Saturday. It's the second annual BBF, that's Building Brighter Futures Galloween Ball. I'm so excited to be there. If you don't have anything to do, or if you did have something to do, change it. I promise you. You want to be here. 625 West Adams. It's all going down. Tickets, you can get them on givebutter.com. You can go on to Tamara Fair and get your tickets. Help me reach my goal. Listen, Building Brighter Futures is the new name for Better Boys Club. Better Boys Club has changed so many young men's lives and put them on the pathway to progress. So not only will you be having fun, and when I say fun,
it is a lot of fun. I went last year.
My God.
And great food.
Okay.
Great food, masquerade party.
Yes.
So you can dress up and put that mask on and be somebody new. Change your name to Sasha.
Yes, raffles. I actually won.
You mean nobody would know who you are?
Nobody ain't gonna know who you are. And I didn't say nobody will know. Nobody ain't gonna know who you are.
That cop need a masquerade ball.
That cop need a mask. He definitely does. You can go on Give Butter, y'all, and get your tickets. In the meantime, when you leave that ball, you want to go home to a what? Secure house.
Yes.
Safe home.
Yes,
Absolutely.
safe home.
By Secure Home and Automation.
Because you know how y'all do. You get to the party, you start posting live, and guess what? The predators know. I know where they at, and I know where I'm going.
When you get home, sometimes you out of town and you posting telling everybody you out of town.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that Chauncey has been very vigilant about, warning people, post after you get home.
Post when you get back.
Post when you get back.
How can they reach you, Chauncey?
You can reach Chauncey at 866-447-3344. That number is 866-447-3344. Some of you have called that number and changed your lives.
Absolutely.
Tell your friends to call it. 866-447-3344. So back to the conversation about veterans.
Absolutely. So I have a question for you. You know, we're talking about these interest rates. I know they just went up again. Another percent. But what would you say to the veterans and individuals that's listening to not be discouraged and they should still continue with that process of looking to get a home?
I would say, see, everybody, people that just started thinking about purchasing, you mentally got fooled by the lower interest rates of 3%, 2%. That never happened in this industry, really, because I've been in this industry for over 25 years. And when I started, interest rates was like 13%, 10%, 9%, 7%. So interest rates are just getting back to normal.
So people were spoiled.
They were spoiled. Exactly.
And it was only 3 years and they got used to it.
Right.
Now say we got used to it.
Me too. I mean, I hate, the fact that they're higher, but at the end of the day, you got to get in the game.
Absolutely.
So no matter what the interest rates are, it's way of a more benefit than it is for renting. Because trust me, the interest rates for renting have skyrocketed more than the interest rates for a mortgage.
This year has 33%. The last we reported, it was 30%. Now, that wasn't too long ago. Now we're at 33%. We still have a housing shortage. We don't have enough houses. We got more people than we got houses, right?
And so rents are going to continue to increase. And not only that, at least when you get your mortgage and whatever interest rates you have, you are investing in yourself, in your property. It's a benefit to you, whereas 30 years, you're just investing in someone else's dream.
Absolutely.
Right. And my next closing is actually with a veteran. He is purchasing a property that he's lived in for 20 years.
Wow.
And I asked him, I said, what made you? Yeah. And so I said, why do you want to purchase now? He said, honestly, at this point, I'm too old to move. So he's basically paid this person's mortgage.
He's already bought the building. He just didn't know.
He's already bought it. But just to think, if he would have used his
I'm gonna just say this, Latricia, don't ask nobody else why you want to purchase now, okay?
I just want to know what took so long.
Hey,
excellent, great income.
But those are the kind of stories we want to hear today.
Right. And that's I should have asked, why did you wait so long? That was my question.
And that's that fear, that false evidence appearing real.
Exactly.
Just fearful of the process. You have to go through that process in order to get to the other side.
And that's what we want to hear from right now. Veterans, if you've got a unique story, we want to hear it because you could be impacting someone else's story and encourage them to get in the game when you think it might be too late. Call 855-999-1390. I promise you, we're going to put you on the air right now because we ain't got a lot of time. That's 855-999-1390. Now, if you know somebody, you think you want to date somebody that's a veteran, if you ain't dating them now, don't call. Right.
Date a veteran.
Right. Yes, especially if they got those 100% disability.
Hook up home day.
Hook up home day. 855-999.
Don't hook me up. I'm good. Okay.
I promise you, I'm hooking you up. Y'all want to get with Chauncey? Call that number 855-999-1390. Y'all, this is some important stuff. So, in recent time, you said when we were talking, you whispered to me, I got a great rate. What was your rate?
You talking about rate for my currently?
Yeah.
Well, my mortgage right now is like 2.3.
That is a great rate.
No, that's incredible.
Yeah.
The next time you say that, don't say great. I got an outstanding rate.
And how long ago was this, Chauncey? Did you close on that property?
Well, I refinanced it.
Right. How long ago did you?
A year ago.
A year ago. So this is not going to happen anytime soon.
Oh wow.
So I am so sorry. He got in the game at the right time. So for those of you who waited to get in the game for whatever the reason, it is still the right time for you.
Oh, now you know what? Timing is everything.
Right.
They say in real estate, location, location, location. I want to add to that: location and timing.
Right.
Location and
Exactly.
timing.
And so, but the bottom line is just get in the game, like Patricia's just absolutely saying.
Yes.
And so we have a caller, right?
Yes, we have a caller. Caller, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Eunice.
Hi, Eunice.
How are you all today?
Wonderful.
I listened to you on my lunch break. I've even attempted to call the two ladies, and then I chickened out. But don't worry about it.
That's right. Do it scared,
And you
girl.
can chicken back in.
Chicken back in. What's up, Eunice?
But listen, my story is 5 years ago, my ex-husband, who was military, and we bought a house together. He used his military benefits, and we're now living in that house. Like you said, we have been renting for years and years and years, and my landlord at that time went up on my rent, and his landlord went up on his rent. So I said, why not just buy a property together? So that's what we did. Let me tell you, from going to see the place to closing, it was 1 month's time.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, his credit was raggedy. He didn't put my name on the loan. I'm just telling the truth now. His credit was raggedy, but God moved in such a way that we started on October 10th and we closed November 10th.
Wow.
Amen.
I'm talking 1 month exactly.
Won't do it.
Yes,
you let him.
Yes, he did. Amen.
Thank you, Eunice, so much. I'm so glad you all did that. And hats off to your veteran ex-husband.
Right. And you know what? That's the thing that a lot of people may say that VA loans take forever, take a long time. That is not true. It depends on how soon you get in the documents, and it depends on who you work with. Like me, myself, my last clients that I just closed on yesterday, as a matter of fact, we got them clear to close in 2 weeks.
Come on
2
now.
weeks.
Eunice done started something.
And the way LNS works, listen, my girl over here can get you the loan, and Shirley can find you the home. Okay?
Amen. Amen. I love it.
And we got another caller on the line. Caller, what's your name? No, we don't.
No, we don't.
We're going to play caller today.
Right.
But Eunice was great.
No,
that was a great story.
That was a wonderful testimony for others.
But I would ask you, what are the benefits? You know, I'm a business owner, right? And I need some potential write-offs, right? Owning a home is gonna.
Yes, that you can definitely write off some of that interest. The mortgage, when you first purchase the property, you can write off some of the fees associated with that loan. And not to mention, if you get a multi-unit building, there's a lot of ways you can.
That would be me.
Oh, that's what you did, Chauncey.
I did that.
Chauncey is smart, y'all.
Chauncey, everything. He done checked all the boxes,
right, okay. He a veteran, 100% disabled veteran.
70. But tax-free still.
But tax-free. He reached the correct amount.
Well, you know, there's another thing that you all talked about. Business. We don't literally pay attention to our business security like we do our home security.
Correct.
And business security.
That's very important.
Heck yeah, because you can't pay for that home if your business is vandalized.
Yes.
So you definitely
want to cut down potential lawsuits as well.
Absolutely.
Those employees in there falling, somebody slipped and fell, but the camera caught it, right?
Yes. That's so
exactly. Because sometimes it's not just for theft. It's for that potential theft.
Yes.
Exactly. You guys, if you do not call this number, 866-447-3344, the only excuse is that you don't have fingers. Like literally.
Yes, you want to apply this knowledge.
And you just love the pain. You just love the pain.
You all, this has been a great show. Thank you so much for always bringing the resources. We have the most loyal listeners, and now we are having the most uplifted, ignited listeners. Of course, we're out of time, but we're going to do the same thing tomorrow. We're going to do what we came to do, and that is uplift you. We always want to encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know, a perfect stranger, maybe a veteran, that you love them. And show someone that you do know how much you love them. Lead with love, land on love. I love you, Adam.
I love you, Tammy.
We love you, believers. Up next is AC Green. Right after that, it's Pastor Patterson on the drive home. We do it all night long right here on Inspiration 1390. Peace.